6:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Danushka Medavala, read by Soundithavam. The 11th program of the Gama Samaga Pilisandra will be held in Puttalam today. Minister Dinesh Gunawardena says that solutions for the internal issues should be only obtained through the Constitution of Sri Lanka. Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan is scheduled to undertake an official visit to Sri Lanka next week. The highest number of coronavirus vaccinations in a single day were given yesterday. In world news, America is back, US Secretary of State Anthony Blinken says. The 11th program of the Gama Samaga Pilisandra will be held in Puttalam today. This program is being implemented under President Gotabaya Rajapaksa's Vistas of Prosperity Policy Manifesto. It will be held today at the Palligama Grama Seva Division in Puttalam. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, ministers and government officials will take part in the program. The Puttalam District Secretary Chandrasiri Bandara said that all arrangements have been made and people are keen to forward their problems to the President. Minister Dinesh Gunawardena says that solutions for the internal issues should only be obtained through the Constitution of Sri Lanka. A presidential commission is already appointed with the representation of a President's Council to look into the matters related to the alleged human rights violations filed against Sri Lanka at the UN Human Rights Council. The minister noted that the former government has agreed to implement the 30/1 proposal of the UNHRC. But he said that it is unconstitutional and there is no provision in the Sri Lankan constitution to implement those recommendations. The present government, with the majority people's mandate, has withdrawn Sri Lanka from the 30/1 proposal. The present government clearly said that if there was any violation of human rights in the final humanitarian mission in Sri Lanka, which is conducted in the northern and eastern provinces in Sri Lanka, it will take necessary action against the culprits. The government is already working towards it. With the present COVID-19 situation, there are immense difficulties while conducting its activities at present. The foreign minister said that the UNHRC should focus its attention over the hidden politics behind the allegations made against Sri Lanka. The Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan, is scheduled to undertake an official visit to Sri Lanka on the 23rd and 24th of February 2021 on the invitation of Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. During his visit, Prime Minister Imran Khan will attend bilateral meetings with President Gotabaya Rajapaksa and Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa, while several other high-level engagements are planned, including a business and investment forum, as well as a sports diplomacy initiative. Both Sri Lanka and Pakistan Prime Ministers will together preside over an event to sign several mutually beneficial bilateral memoranda of understanding on the 23rd of February, following the official discussions at Temple Trees. Prime Minister Imran Khan, in his maiden official visit this year outside the country, will be accompanied by a high-powered business and investment delegation that will consist of business leaders in Pakistan, mainly from the sectors of textile and apparel, pharmaceuticals, agro-food commodities, sports goods, gem and jewellery, auto parts, ICT, construction material and surgical equipment. Prime Minister Imran Khan will be accompanied by the Minister of Foreign Affairs and several other senior officials of the Pakistan government. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
HDFC Smart Goals. All it takes is 3 years.
The Epidemiology Unit of the Health Ministry says that more than 263,000 persons have been vaccinated by yesterday. More than 30,000 people were given the coronavirus jabs yesterday alone. It is the most number of vaccines given in a single day. 506 coronavirus patients were identified yesterday and 3 COVID-related deaths were reported. The report of the 5-member committee appointed to solve the salary anomalies of the principals has been handed over to the Education Minister, Professor G.L. Peiris. The unions expressed hope that their problems would be solved after this committee report. The unions say that with the recommendations of this committee, the salaries of the teachers will increase from 10,000 to 35,000 rupees. That's local news.
Darling, our daughter has top O-level results. Do you know what this means?
Yes, just 3 years and she'll be going abroad for her degree.
For which we'll need a bank loan.
But is a normal loan the smartest option?
What else?
The smartest way is to start an HDFC Smart Goals account.
Let your child begin their degree with no delays. Start an HDFC Smart Goals account. Call 2356 888.
Honey, you're so smart.
HDFC Smart Goals. All it takes is 3 years.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The director of the National Blood Transfusion Service, Dr. Lakshman Edirisinghe, says that there has been a depletion of the blood reserves during the past 2 weeks due to the prevailing COVID-19 pandemic. He said they have decided to take new measures to increase the blood reserves for the next 2 weeks. Dr. Edirisinghe appealed to blood donors and donation campaign organisers for their contribution in this regard. All blood donation procedures will be carried out in compliance with health regulations and came to you in the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
Moving on to Watchlight, the water supply to several urban and municipal council areas in the Colombo district will be suspended for 16 hours today due to essential maintenance work. The National Water Supply and Drainage Board said the water cut will be in effect from 8 a.m. to 12 midnight. Accordingly, Colombo, Dehiwala Mount Lavinia, Srijavadapura, Kotte and the Kaduwela municipal council areas, Maharagama, Borolaskamo and Kolanava urban council areas will be affected by the 16-hour water cut and came to you in Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always.
All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
In world news headlines, America is back, U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken says. Taiwan deploys missiles after Chinese jets enter its air zone. And Harry and Meghan not returning as working members of the royal family. America is back and is fully engaged in helping resolve issues including the pandemic, climate change and Iran's nuclear ambitions, U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken told the BBC. In his first international interview, Mr. Blinken stressed the importance of worldwide vaccination against COVID-19. He also criticized China for its lack of transparency in uncovering how the coronavirus emerged. It marks a break with the America First policy of Donald Trump. Mr. Blinken was speaking as the leaders of the G7 richest industrialized nations met in virtual session. The minister said Taiwan's air force was scrambled with radio warnings issued and air defense missile systems deployed to monitor the activity. In recent months, China has increased its military activity around the democratic island it claims as Chinese territory. Beijing says it is responding to what it calls collusion between Taipei and Washington, Taiwan's most important international backer and weapons supplier. Chinese aircraft fly in the southwestern corner of the zone on an almost daily basis, though the last such large-scale incursion was on January 24th, when 12 Chinese fighter jets were involved. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex will not return as working members of the royal family, Buckingham Palace has said. The Queen confirmed the couple would not continue with the responsibilities and duties that come with a life of public service. A statement from the palace added, Prince Harry and Meghan remain much-loved members of the royal family. The couple said service is universal and offered to continue supporting the organisations they have represented. Under the arrangement agreed last year, the couple gave up using the HRH titles, but Harry retains the title of Prince, having been born one. Back to the headlines of the world news. America is back, US Secretary of State Anthony Blinken says. Taiwan deploys missiles after Chinese jets enter its air zone. And Harry and Meghan not returning as working members of the royal family. That concludes this bulletin of world news.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always.
All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Looking at development news, UNICEF announced the signing of an agreement with Pfizer on behalf of the COVAX facility for the supply of the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine through 2021. Deliveries of the vaccine are anticipated to start as early as the first quarter of 2021, once the countries that were allocated Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine doses in the COVAX allocation confirm that they are in full compliance with all the requirements established by the Pfizer-BioNTech and COVAX facility. The goal of the COVAX facility is to provide the world with the best chance at making safe, efficacious COVID-19 vaccines available and affordable to all countries worldwide, regardless of income level. This supply agreement allows UNICEF to procure doses up to 40 million doses that have been secured under the COVAX facility's Advance Purchase Agreement APA with Pfizer-BioNTech to be available throughout 2021. That's development news. And looking at sports, Daniil Medvedev insisted the pressure was all on Novak Djokovic in the Australian Open final after the Russian breeze past Stefanos Tsitsipas in straight sets in the semis on Friday. Medvedev, who now in his second Grand Slam decider on the back of a 20-match winning streak, said the world number one has more things to lose tomorrow. Djokovic, with 17 major titles, has won all 8 of his Australian Open finals and is looking to close the gap on the record of 20 Slam trophies held by Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal. Quote, "I like that I don't have a lot of pressure because he never lost in 8 times that he was here in the final," unquote, said the 25-year-old world number 4. Quote, "So it's him who has all the pressure, getting to Roger and Rafael in the Grand Slams," unquote. That's sports news. We look at business news next.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
The core group on Sri Lanka, led by the United Kingdom, Canada and Germany, said that it recognises and welcomes the progress made by the government of Sri Lanka in rebuilding infrastructure, demining, land return and resettling internally displaced persons. In a public statement, the core group on Sri Lanka yesterday confirmed that it intends to present a resolution to promote reconciliation, accountability and human rights in Sri Lanka. Quote, "The core group pays tribute to the people of Sri Lanka and wishes to highlight our ongoing commitment to accountability, reconciliation and inclusive peace in Sri Lanka," unquote. That's business news. We look at economic news next.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic News. Courtesy of...
Just move on real time, save more, LOLC real time. Paying the premium for transactions, simply save now real time. Day night, no trouble for your transactions. LOLC real time. Download LOLC Finance real time app for your LOLC savings account. Attractive interest rates, transactions anytime, anywhere with a zero cost and more benefits.
Sri Lanka will purchase 10 million doses of Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine from India, officials said. In January, under India's Neighbourhood First policy, Sri Lanka received 500,000 doses of free vaccines. They were administered as a priority to frontline health workers and members of the armed forces. The State Pharmaceutical Corporation has signed the order with the Serum Institute of India for 10 million doses, officials said. This agreement has been approved by the Attorney General on Monday. Oxford AstraZeneca's Covishield is being manufactured by the Pune-based Serum Institute. The SII has collaborated with the Oxford University and pharmaceutical company AstraZeneca in making the vaccine. That's economic news.
Congratulations on your promotion. It will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
In the weather report to conclude, the Met Department says showers will occur at times in the eastern, northern, north central and Uva provinces and in the Matale and Nuwara districts. Showers or thundershowers will occur at a few places in the Sabaragamo province and in the Kalutara, Gaul and Matara districts during the evening or night. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the central, Sabaragamo and Uva provinces and in the Gaul and Matara districts during the morning. To conclude this bulletin of news, a recap of the headlines. The 11th program of the Gama Samaga Pilisandra will be held in Puttalam today. Minister Dinesh Gunawardena says that solutions for the internal issues should only be obtained through the Constitution of Sri Lanka. Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan is scheduled to undertake an official visit to Sri Lanka next week. The highest number of coronavirus vaccinations in a single day were given yesterday. And America is back, US Secretary of State Anthony Blinken says. That concludes this morning's news broadcast.